Well, the case against former Bosasa COO Angelo Agrizzi and his co-accused, former ANC MP Vincent Smith, has been postponed. Agrizzi failed to appear at his court proceedings back in March for medical reasons. The two face corruption charges. Let's find out what's happened with Khayelihle Khumalo. He was sort of witnessing that for us, what happened inside court. Khaya, very good morning to you. And just take us through what led to the postponement this morning.
Well, that's right, Yuveka. So not really quite a very long process in court. In fact, the proceedings were quite short, but primarily the issue that has led to the postponement is the ill health of Mr. Agrizzi. So the court has been able to get some very quite comprehensive details about his illness. At some point, his lawyer told the court that he has clocked the bill for his medical condition to close to 3.3 million rand, but also talking about a very acute condition that he finds himself in. But of course, the court also had the fact that they don't want to disadvantage Mr. Smith. He must get a fair and a speedy trial. But now, subsequent to all those events, the matter has been moved to the 8th of July, 2021. But joining us now is, of course, Cindy Siwe. She's with the Investigating Directorate. So thank you so much indeed, ma'am, for your time. So obviously, this particular postponement, maybe just once again, your initial reaction to it.
So we anticipated that a postponement would actually take place today, particularly because we had requested at the last sitting that a detailed medical assessment be done on Angelo Agrizzi to find out the extent and seriousness of his illness, whether or not he'll be able to stand trial. His lawyer has come before the court and clarified that judging by the medical determination by a couple of doctors, it has been stated that he won't actually be able to come to court for the various postponements. However, we have also mentioned or told the court today that the next appearance in July, we want to then decide, they will make a determination of whether to proceed to the separation of trial routes, because what we had mentioned inside court, the legal team of the Investigating Directorate, is that the constitutional principles of that every accused person should have a speedy and fair trial. So that is what we want to ensure for the co-accused, Mr. Vincent Smith. So we have told the court that the 8th of July, we want to then make that determination of whether to separate the trial or not.
But also, we've just had very interesting details that despite Mr. Agrizzi's very acute condition, there was a point where he attended his daughter's wedding.
Yes, so at the last sitting, we also notified the court that an application was made to the same court about the relaxation of the bail condition, in terms of there was a window open where he was allowed to leave the province of Gauteng and be able to go elsewhere. However, he was supposed to report to the nearest police station. The investigating officer was briefed. We must also state that bail conditions are not, or bail rather, is not for punitive measures. As long as we can guarantee that the person is before court and is able to stand trial, then a bail should not be punitive. So he had brought the application, and we then took the decision not to oppose his decision to go. However, we are going to await further details when we take the next step of possibly separating the matter, if he can actually stand trial.
And from your side, do you still believe here that you have a watertight case, especially because in the context of Bosasa, it's one of the companies, when you look at the state capture inquiry, that has been very dominant in terms of all these illicit deals and stuff?
So in our investigations, we found that Bosasa is not the only company. There have been a number of other companies, but we'll only ventilate the details therein once the matters have been brought before court. But yes, Bosasa has been one of the key matters or key cases where we've actually seen that many other incidences took place. Hence, we have the 1.8 billion case that is sitting in Pretoria, and this case of the alleged bribery or corruption that took place between Angelo Agrizzi and Vincent Smith, and various others. We also have another case that is going to appear next month in relation to the same Bosasa incidents, or the same Bosasa company. So what we're saying is Bosasa did have a dominance in terms of the corruption that took place. However, various other companies will soon be known to actually have contributed to the looting in the country.
All right, Sindisiwe, thank you so much indeed for your time. So, Yuveka, that's Sindisiwe from the Investigating Directorate, and of course they really have quite a very massive task to really get to the bottom of this issue. And Mr. Smith was present here in court. You know, he was quite well composed and he had to stand up as the proceedings got underway. So the matter is back on the 8th of July.
All right, Khayelihle Khumalo, thanks very much for that update on that story now.